thinking we could
Progress.
I almost want to do Rock of Love first. We could kind of bang out two. It's pretty early.
If we can get them, yeah.
I
I
know
don't want to go
that's
till 11. I don't want to go till 11.
I think we could do Rock of Love in 30.
Okay.
What do you think?
I still have 10 minutes left of the episode, but do you think that's
Oh,
okay? Do you think that's
no.
okay?
It's not okay. You have to finish. Let's just do Con Air.
Okay. I had to stop it and put Downton Abbey on. I was getting
Um,
really stressed out.
Zach, you have to finish the assignments, like at the
No,
very least.
I'm going to finish them. It just was like really, it was like, you know what? This week has been extremely, it's only, oh my God, it's only Tuesday. And I just said this week.
You're gonna get it. Yeah, I'll be fine.
I told my boss he was stupid.
Fucking stupid, dumb.
I'm going to call him a fucking stupid dumb. Okay. Are you ready? This is for Patreon?
Con Air's for Gen Pop, Face Off is for Patreon.
That's Sloane, that's like such a power move.
I know.
Because everyone wants Face Off.
They're gonna have to pay for it. Because I feel like Con Air will like hook them.
You're right.
And Face Off will sink them.
It's the old hook and okay.
Okay. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Mummy Dearest podcast, where we unwrap pop culture from the 90s, 2000s, and today. I'm Zach Mellon.
I'm Sloane Steele.
And you're listening to Delilah.
You're listening to, I want to make like a con, like a, what kind of station would they play on the Con Air flight?
You're listening to Con Air, where
Con Air.
With your blazing hip hop and R&B hits from the 90s, 2000s, and today.
I feel like it would be like Jailhouse Rock.
It would be all the songs about jail.
How many songs about jail are there?
I can only think of Jailhouse Rock and then Lil Kim's How Many Lives, where she says beaten. Oh no, she says something about guys beating their dicks in prison.
Sure. So anyway, this week we're doing Con Air. Final call for boarding flight.
Now boarding Con Air.
Now boarding rows 1 through. I can't make any jokes tonight. I don't know what's going on with me. Can't do it.
It's like when you have to do like names.
I can't think of numbers or names. I can't think of any Con Air puns. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward episode. I can't speak, you guys. I have been dragged by my pigtails through the muck and the mire.
So and I are a little we're like a little mentally inept tonight, and we also haven't recorded in like 6 months.
I don't even remember what Zach looks like. Zach was like surprised when he saw me.
I was like, Sloane, you look beautiful.
I don't, you guys. I do not look beautiful at all. It's very sweet of him. I'm just wearing a black shirt. I kind of look like a hairstylist.
I think it's because the black shirt, like you can't like tell what it, because it's black, it's so dark, you can't like tell what it's made of. So like it looks like you could almost be wearing a silk blouse.
It does look like I'm wearing like a silk robe. It's like a linen. It's very crispy and crunchy, but it's also from ASOS. So it was like $7.
And it was from a shipping container that
it smells like gasoline.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I wash it, it smells like gasoline and frying oil. So I don't really know how to get rid of that smell. It crossed
Pacific for you.
It did. Anyway, so back to Con Air.
So we're doing Con Air. It was released on June 6th, 1997, which is like a wonderful summer blockbuster hit, or what they thought it was going to be.
Did this not do well?
No, it did do really well.
Oh, you made it. Yeah, you made it sound like when you said what they thought it would be, like it didn't turn out to be that.
No, I just mean like if it were released like today, I'm not sure.
Again, I'm not really following, but
anyway, we're gonna recast this though, because like this was like such a fun recast for me.
I don't know how. I'm just gonna recast it with all the same people.
Okay. All right. So it was directed by Simon West, who did Tomb Raider, like both Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie, and the movie The General's Daughter.
What the hell movie is that? Is that with like Bruce Willis?
No, it's with oh my God.
Is that have you seen this movie?
No,
Harrison Ford.
John Travolta.
I've never heard of this movie in my life.
It was on TNT a lot when we were kids.
I have no recollection of that film.
Okay, you'll have to IMDb it. The budget was 75 million, which is crazy because I feel like 10 million per actor.
Yeah.
And then the worldwide gross was 224 million.
Okay, that's good.
So no, this did well.
They knew what they were doing.
Nick Cage was 33 years old, so he was younger than us, which is I know. That's an
I'm
old
so sorry.
33. That's an old 33.
There's no, Zach, I think you need to go back to accounting. Head back to our accountant, our accountant.
What year was this? Hey Siri, how old was Nicolas Cage in 1997?
Nicolas Cage was 33 years old.
Why is your Siri Irish?
He's an Irish man because I'm 61% Irish.
Okay. Anyway, that was really surprising.
Nuts?
33?
In his defense, he like doesn't age though. Like he just always has
but he's been 46. Like 50.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. Are you about to tell me John Malkovich was like 19?
Okay. John Cusack was 31.
That's not okay.
John Malkovich was 44. Which is like still old. Like, I mean, still young for like what I thought he was. Ving Rhames.
Oh my God, that's like Paul's age.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
Okay.
Ving Rhames was 38 years old.
Okay, this is the second time you've had to say that actor's name. That is
Ving
not
Rhames.
Yes.
That's what okay, but I said Rhames last time and you said that's not how you say it.
No, you said Rhames again.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, we did this whole bit because I was like, Zach, that's not how you pronounce that name. And you were like,
okay,
what?
Fine. Dave Chappelle was 24.
Okay. Months old.
He was
a baby.
Your like biggest Hollywood crush ever, Steve Buscemi, was 30. 30.
No, he wasn't 30.
30.
This is shocking.
The person the person whose age I say most, he's in every single movie we watch, but he's never a character in any of the movies that we watch at the same time. Danny Trejo was 53.
How was he 53 when he's still 53?
That's what I'm saying. This movie, I know this movie is like not normal with like
I don't understand. I don't understand. Wait, how old was Ving Rhames again?
38. He's like our age-ish, but he also
looked like
never
70.
Aged. That's what I'm saying. He like these people never aged, but they also just always looked between 50 and 70.
I'm just never gonna know how anybody in their 30s is supposed to look. That's just how it's gonna be.
That's how it's gonna be.
It's either you're young or you're old in your 30s. It's like your 30s doesn't really exist in any time. It's like 30s is such a nothing age. You're either 20 or 40. 30s doesn't count.
It doesn't count. But I also thought that that's why I'm gonna wait to recast the movie. I don't want to get into it yet.
Okay.
I think we need to be more in like the headspace. But what I do want to talk about is patriotic trumpets.
Okay, let's get into it.
Because right when this movie opens, we get patriotic trumpets.
We are thrust into this movie like full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead, and it's like patriotic.
Jarring.
It's like you love America, you are a patriot.
Yeah.
How do I breathe without you?
I want to know.
But like, why wasn't it Leanne Rimes?
I think it was Trisha Yearwood.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think this is like the Mandela effect where the Nelson Mandela effect where you think something, but it's not right. It's like we think that's Leanne Rimes, but it's actually.
She has a version of it though. Leanne.
Yeah. I think it's Trisha Yearwood.
Maybe she remade it.
Yearwood. Yeah,
maybe
I don't know.
Remade it.
I guess she must have because I also remember it being Leanne.
Boy.
But it's not Leanne in the beginning of this movie. But
no, I was upset, but I do like that we heard the song twice.
No, of course. I love a callback. Now, we have to tell people the plot of this movie.
You're right.
And if this could ever happen, any of it, but mainly the first part of it. So do you want to do the recap?
Sure. So the plot of this movie, Nicolas Cage plays a imprisoned man who is imprisoned for self-defense reasons, and he's put on a plane. That
It's for convicts
yeah,
traveling between different prisons,
it
moving
moves
prisoners.
convicts. And so he's on a plane with a bunch of convicts. They take the plane. They hijack the plane. That's kind of it. They hijack the plane, and he's the good guy, but he's the bad guy. Is he the good guy or is he the bad guy?
Well, I think it's pretty clear he's always the good guy. I mean,
he's always the good guy to us, but like they don't. It's like but like the cops are like, no, he's a convict, and then but the other, like the good cop is like, no, he's our friend.
I think this is a movie at its core about prison reform more than anything.
I mean, listen, I don't think that this would ever happen in real life. Does it happen?
I think that they travel on like kind of like commercial flights, prisoners. They don't have a Con Air where it's like painted like there's like a sexy, jailbird woman on the side of it on a bomb. Yeah. I don't think, and I don't even remember if they have that in the film Con Air, but it feels like that vibe. It's like B-52 bomber kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's like a freight plane that they're in. It's like,
and people in these kind of movies are always standing when the plane is midair and the cargo bay is down, and they're somehow standing there just fine. But then in other scenes, they're flying out of cargo bays. So it's like, can you stand or do you get sucked out?
Yeah, because sometimes they'll just kind of hang out while the cargo thing is open, but then other times it'll open abruptly and everything will get sucked out.
Yeah, so I don't really if it takes you by surprise, you fall. But if you know what's happening, legs. You got to get your cargo legs ready, and then you can just stand up.
The amount of cargo planes and cargo bays in the 90s,
I thought I would see more in my everyday life.
I've never seen one in my life ever. With the amount of them in movies, and especially in the Mummy Dearest podcast, is like unparalleled.
Every movie we do has a cargo plane, like truly.
Every movie I feel like every 90s film had a cargo plane. It's like,
or a cargo scene at the very least, or a fight in cargo, or a mix up in cargo.
And if not a cargo plane, cargo pants for sure.
I really think we need to do, like the movie Fargo. We're going to make a movie called Cargo, where we are investigating the amount of cargo things from the 90s. I can't say that word anymore.
No, I'm having a hard time saying it again.
I'm like freaking out. I'm like,
is it a word?
I don't know. I'm like freaking out. That's going to be tomorrow's Wordle probably. I would like to say, because this is going to come out way after today's Wordle, that I got today's Wordle in 2. And when I tell you, I truly beautiful minded it. I beautiful minded, Zach. I didn't guess. I saw it. I saw it in the letters.
That's like not even a normal word.
I know it's not. The word was gecko. I went from cares to gecko and I got it. When I tell you it was like a beautiful mind, like everything snapped into place and it was like gecko. And it was.
Wordle has shown me that everyone on this earth has the same education level, no matter age, race, school you went to. Nobody. I am in a group chat with my closest friends and we'll always send each other the Wordle, and it doesn't matter. It's like some of us get it in 6, some of us get it in 2. It's like, it's always different.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Wordle has taught me the unpredictability of life.
It truly has.
It's taught me about.
We've all come together too. Like I feel like Wordle has brought us together the way like 9/11 did.
It has. It's like every day you show up for yourself and you show up for others.
It's true. And you get to work and you're like, did you guys do the Wordle yet? And
you turn your brain on.
Right.
It bonds you.
Oh no.
I
just gotta. You see who that is?
Yeah, I see. Now I'm gonna have to edit that. It's Zach's mom. And she just wrote, I wish that I had aborted you.
You don't need to edit that. I feel like it's fine.
Okay. Just know it's somebody that Zach hates.
I'm in love with some boy.
Okay, so let me tell you, because that kind of glossed over the most important part of the plot of Con Air, is that the movie begins with Army Ranger Nicolas Cage coming home from being an Army Ranger on a tugboat. and docking in port. And then he greets his pregnant, but somehow doesn't look that pregnant at all, fiance in a bar, or wife, I guess. And these guys start like heckling her and being like, that guy's a dork. You should fuck me.
Well, this is why I do the recaps and Sloane doesn't, because it's because this isn't the recap. This is just you going word by word of what the scene was.
Okay. But I'm trying to get to the point is Nicolas Cage then kills this guy. He is defending himself and his wife, but because he has been trained as a deadly weapon because he's an army ranger, he kills this guy. No. And then the judge is like, I'm going to throw the book at this one, and locks him in jail for like, what, 7 years or some shit. This would never happen. Like that would never, like that is the worst judge in the history of like that would not happen.
Also like do want to talk about like the bar scene, because like he's dancing with his fiance or whatever, and it's just like this very like simple like normal time, and these guys like look over and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her. And then he's like,
really weird,
fuck you have your wife likes you, well fuck you.
Yeah, it was like he didn't say anything. Like he was just like, I'm just trying to dance with my wife, if you don't mind.
His accent is literally Sloane pretending to be her son.
I think Rex took a lot of his accent from Nicolas Cage's Cameron Poe.
When you do Rex's accent, when I heard him speaking, I was like,
that's Sloane. Rex via Sloane is in the room.
It's literally the same accent.
Oh my God. It really is, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. God,
it's really.
But anyway, the judge like locks him up, and then he befriends Bubba Gump.
Right.
Bubba Blue.
Yeah.
I forgot you haven't seen Forrest Gump.
I haven't, but I like know who that is.
Okay. Well, anyway, that was Bubba Gump. Bubba Blue.
Dave Chappelle improvised all of his lines or most of his lines for this movie.
It doesn't surprise me. His lines were really good.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, the Cusack suit is insane.
The Cusack sandals? Did you get a load of those sandals, baby? They're in every scene.
What the fuck was that outfit?
He looked like Katie Lang at like a white party. It was crazy.
If Coachella was in the 90s, like that's what Katie Lang would have worn.
110%. Like it was stylish for a lesbian today. Like if Kristen Stewart wore that for Chanel today, we would be like gagged.
The shoulder pads were like,
the cut was like a feminine, beautiful woman's like beautiful woman suit
with
a beautiful sandal.
The first glance we get of it, the wind is blowing it like at the airfield, and it was like a cloak.
It was like a the multiverse of madness, like kind of cloaked, insane. Like it's like a music video, the way John Cusack walks around in that suit.
I'm going to interject. I did see the actual movie, The Multiverse of Magic or whatever it's called. And like, it was stupid, but
why did you go see that? What are you, weird virgin?
I've like seen like every Marvel movie, and I wasn't going to see it, but my friend was like, do you want to go see it? And I was like, fine. But Rachel McAdams,
love going to the movies.
I love going.
You're like my mom. It's like enough.
Love going to I'll go to like any movie if you ask me.
But Zach, that's like so expensive. You like can't go to the movies this much. Like you can't.
Do you
so
know
expensive.
Not here. I'm like a member. I have like a rewards like card, and I literally get free movies like all the time. The popcorn's always free. Also, like if you pay $16 a month at this movie theater, you get to go for 3 movies a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like they want you to go to the movie, so they're like, we'll make it as cheap as possible for you.
Every time I go to the movies, it's like at least $70. Like
you also have to pay for 2 people.
Yeah, and like food and popcorn and drinks.
That's the thing. Like there's a Target right next to our movie theater, so I just go to Target and I grab a Cadbury bar and I buy a soda, and that's it.
See, I need to do that, but when Rex sees like displays of candy, even if we've just left a CVS to get candy,
kid, like that's the thing. Like with a kid, you need the whole experience.
Yeah, you got to do it all.
But Rachel McAdams is in that movie, and it just like she's just so fucking perfect.
Yeah, she's got a perfect little face.
I like need her in more movies. Anyway, okay, back to this. But I'm
So
just
did I
saying.
tell you that I saw this in movie theaters with my dad? My dad took me to see this in theaters when I was like 8 years old. It was a dad's weekend, and he was like, "This is what I want to do, so I'm going to make Sloane see this." So I like went and sat there with my dad and watched this film.
No, that's
Boca
like
Raton.
that
That's
is
child abuse.
that's a puzzle piece for sure.
Oh, you know what else is a puzzle piece? I was watching 8mm. You know that Nick Cage movie. I've been
Yeah.
on Hulu now has me on like a Nick Cage journey, and I'm just along for the ride. I'm passive at this point. So I've been watching 8mm, and I watched that when I was in like 6th or 7th grade because I was like obsessed with Joaquin Phoenix after Gladiator. I should not have watched that movie. I was watching it today, and I'm like, oh my God. It's
I don't
literally
think I've ever
about like
seen it.
it's about Nicolas Cage and Joaquin Phoenix trying to track down a missing girl who pops up in a snuff film. So it's about like the underbelly of LA pornography world and murder and kidnappings. No wonder. If that's not even a puzzle piece, that's the missing piece.
No, that's like the whole puzzle.
It like all locked in today, and I was like, I feel disgusted. Like, I can't believe this.
A snuff film.
Yeah. I suggest you watch it. Anyway, Con Air.
I think we
saw it
need
with
to talk
my
about
dad.
something like more wholesome, like lighting someone on fire and then telling everyone that they spontaneously combusted. It's like,
I liked that.
what like a gaslight is that? You're like, no, you spontaneously combusted, and they're like, no, you just lit me on fire. You're like, no, I didn't.
I don't think I did.
How would I have done that?
What was Dave Chappelle's name? Cue Ball?
Honestly, I don't know any of their names.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you what your favorite character's name is because there's like some really, really funny good ones.
I don't know why, but like none of their names stuck. I couldn't tell you any of their names.
Not even Cameron Poe or Cyrus the Virus.
No, like I don't know.
What? You
I don't.
just Cyrus the Virus?
This movie was just a movie. Like,
What do you mean it was just a movie?
like when I say like it's like all I was watching this like just for the movie. Do you know what I mean? Like I was not connected to like who they were.
Okay. There's just like a lot of really good character names, but it's fine.
Like Billy Bedlam
Yeah, Billy Bedlam's an amazing name.
and Baby Odell
I don't know who Baby Odell is.
and Sally Can't Dance,
Sally Can't Dance is the gay one.
Diamond Dog, Pinball.
Pinball. What's his face is. Dave Chappelle is Pinball. Pinball. When he falls onto the car, that like mannequin.
I loved that scene though. Like that was like so good.
So the entire film, Nick Cage is trying to send messages to John Cusack that he's going to help.
Cop.
John Cusack's a cop or works for the DEA or FBI. I couldn't tell. There were two cops working together, but they didn't want like some other department to know what was going on. But then they also had to alert like all these different local law enforcement because, spoiler alert, the plane lands on the Las Vegas Strip. Which doesn't really make sense because if you've ever been to Vegas, the airport's like really close. So like they landed further. They actually landed like past where the airport would be.
Where were they coming from? I forget.
I don't know. I don't remember what they said. John Malkovich in this movie. I think like the reason I've always been scared of him is because of this film because I saw it when I was so little.
Did you ever see Being John Malkovich?
I did.
I didn't.
I did.
But I remember my mom like being really into it.
I mean, you know, it's a Kathleen Keener movie. You know what you're gonna get.
The N-word in this movie.
When did they say that?
Like, what do you mean? When did they say? They said it like every 5 minutes.
They did?
But they didn't say, they said NEGRO.
Like like the white cop says it to Diamond Dog, right?
I think the cop says it like a couple of times, and then they call each other that, and like,
oh yeah, they call Dave Chappelle a skinny.
Yeah. It's like lot. It's like weird. It's just like weird because like it was the 90s. Was that okay?
It was okay. Remember Quentin Tarantino?
And then
Every
like the
movie
gay
was
in
like
me
that.
was just like a total like femme gay bottom. Like
I thought you said the gay in me.
no, then the gay in me was just like, this is hot. No,
I was like, you are a total femme
the,
bottom.
the gay in me was like this total like he was in like a crop top and like
He found like a
short
woman's
shorts.
dress, which like I don't really understand the location of all the things that were happening. Like I couldn't really get my head around like them constantly landing this ginormous aircraft
Without
carrier,
anyone
like
noticing. It was
without
before 9/11
anyone.
though.
That's true. I guess planes were just like allowed to kind of fly wherever
They
they
just were like
wanted.
going anywhere they needed to go.
It just seemed like not possible.
They
And
landed
then
like in that like desert ghost town. Like
what was that? That's like there's like one that's the other thing about 90s movies. There's always like things happening in like these nuclear waste villages.
so that's what I mean. I think I wrote somewhere like oh I wrote well what I thought was the final battle scene, but I still had 45 minutes left.
Oh, because
I
every
wrote
scene was a final battle scene.
like it was I wrote that scene where they're in like that like weird like plain graveyard like ghost town.
Yeah.
I wrote like that's like so cinematic. It was like it was such a set. It was like the pyro was everywhere.
I
It
wrote
was
something
like
about that. I wrote
it was like such a set.
where did I write this? I said where did all the junkyards go?
Where did all the junkyards
And then
go?
I wrote
But
abandoned fields of cars or planes. Where are they? Why were there so many of them?
they're in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay. Is that why
Yeah.
like our earth is burning because of all these
Yeah.
junkyards from the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yep.
then the weird thing to me was at the end, after the end fight that lasted an hour and a half, John Malkovich gets thrown off of they're on the fire truck. He's strapped to the ladder. He gets thrown through like a glass window thing.
Yeah.
They're still on the Las Vegas Strip, but then he falls onto a conveyor belt with a hydraulic press that's crushes his skull. And I was like, how did he? Is there a junkyard right at the end of the Las Vegas Strip that just goes directly? It's like it's
Well, I
it's
was
the
like, why is
street and then a conveyor belt.
Yeah, I was like, why is that so like unprotected? Like anybody could have died there. Like
Anybody, you could like
it's
be walking down the street and just like trip and
and just
die.
get compressed.
That was like, I'm gonna tell you, that's like a big fear of mine.
Getting compressed by accident.
Like hydraulic presses, just in like I can't.
So you don't watch those videos?
I get very uneasy. I don't like things being squished.
Or really, like your boobs?
Yeah, like my boobs. I don't
Like a
want to think about
mammogram?
I don't want to think about my boobs popping in a hydraulic press.
Do you get mammograms?
I've had one because I had a lump, but it was fine. It was just a big
Oh yeah,
pimple.
you don't get mammograms until you're in your 50s.
I don't know. I think I don't get mammograms until a Hollywood 38.
Okay.
So 52, 55.
Yeah.
But I've had one.
Okay.
It wasn't pleasant.
No, I can't imagine so.
No. Okay. Do you want me to go to
what's
my
worse, a pap smear or a mammogram?
pap smear for sure?
Okay.
I always call it a pap smear.
Because
I don't mean to.
Because you request cream cheese.
I get scallion. I get chive pap smears on an everything bagel.
This is really like vulgar, but like when Paul goes down on you, you ask him to put cream cheese on it.
He eats cream cheese out of my vagina. Can you imagine? You open my nightstand expecting to find sex toys, but it's just a bunch of everything by the bagel.
It's Philadelphia cream cheese.
That'd be so disgusting. Could you imagine you're going down on a girl and it's like crunchy
chive and onion?
Oh, that is like an underrated. You get a Lender's onion bagel and some onion chive cream cheese from Philly, baby. That's a snack.
Listen, if you would
no
get
idea.
just like crackers with Philadelphia like chive and onion,
baby, that's a snack.
have you ever done it with Cheez-Its?
I've never done it with Cheez-Its, but that is making me salivate.
It's so good.
I've got a crab dip and some club crackers downstairs, and I'm about
You're
to
we gotta. Yeah, you're about to.
We have a meeting. I have a meeting with them. That's a crab meeting.
I'm so jealous of you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna put so much lime and hot sauce on it and just go to town.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, I'm just thinking I'm jealous.
Oh, I thought you were throwing up.
No, I'm like really jealous. What are you looking
Okay.
at?
I thought I heard footsteps, but I didn't.
Okay, well, you probably did. It's just, um,
Okay,
I
sorry, I'll
haven't
edit that.
quotes. I haven't quotes die punk.
You said that to me a few times, but I don't really know.
Die punk.
I didn't know what it was about.
He says it in the movie, but I mean, I don't know when.
But who says it to who?
I don't know. I just wrote and I just quoted. It must have meant something to me in the moment, but
I had to take like longer notes than that because I don't know. Well, actually, I wrote base camp, so I don't know what that means.
I loved the message on the body. I loved when Nick Cage was writing. So Nick Cage writes a message on Dave Chappelle's t-shirt, and then he throws him out of the plane.
Silent and then just there. Did you hear anything?
No, that just scared the shit out of me. Sloane's
Me
dog just came into the camera like
how
unannounced. No, he's too big, Sloane. You have to get rid of him.
He's not even done being huge.
He's like, this is stupid. Bye.
Rex tried to punish me today because I didn't let him do something, and he goes, "I'm not gonna let you podcast for 1 week."
You're like, thank you.
It's like, okay, work.
You're like, when does the week start?
Baby. Yes, baby. I was like, punish mommy. Give mommy a punish.
You're like, but you're like, I still have to edit though. He's like, you have to edit everyone's podcast.
That would be doing mommy a punish. I love when he always says, I'm gonna do you a punish.
Okay, why is that girl so why is that girl real, the little girl in the dirty empty pool?
Oh, it's like, or is she a figment of Harlan Green's imagination?
Yeah, like why would she be in the pool, in that like empty dirty pool? Like where are her parents?
Well, I think
because he does have the Barbie. He ends like at the end he has the Ken.
Yeah, I think she's real. She's just like a trailer park baby.
But that wasn't even a trailer park. Like what? Where did she come from?
There were trailers in the background. So that was like a little neglected trailer park on the outskirts of a failed landmine testing nuclear site.
Okay, I mean that makes sense because like predators do prey on like neglected children, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so that was sort of like a off the side of the road. What's that Scary Hills Have Eyes kind of
What
vibe.
Do you think he did? Do you think
I think he just played
her?
No, he didn't. You're supposed to think he killed her because he has the doll, but then when the plane takes off, you see the little girl waving goodbye.
That's right. So he's like reformed because he honestly was the smartest one.
Hands. Yeah, he was like, everybody on that plane had very different reactions to being hijacked over and over again. Like the taking off and landing of the hijacked
back
plane.
In the plane too. It was like,
I couldn't understand why they got off because they were doing like a transfer of people, and that's when they took some guards off and they
needed more convicts.
It's just like, how did they like make this thing happen? Like, I don't understand the amount of planning that took.
I'm telling you, like it was our brains can't even compute pre 9/11. That's why it's like not possible.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like you could just go and do whatever you wanted at an airport.
You could meet people guys, if whoever's listening to this, unless you're older than us, you would have no idea, but like you could greet people at the gate.
You could go to the airport and you would be like, no, I'm not taking a flight. And they would just let you go to the gate and wait for people.
Did you even go through security before the gate?
I don't even know. I don't even remember.
I don't even think that there was security. I'm not even joking.
Like, guys, TSA was not around. Like, you just went to the airport.
I think you might have walked through a metal detector and that was it.
Like, in theory, if you were like, man, I could really go for a Cinnabon, you could just go to an airport and just like get one without a ticket.
You literally could greet people at the gate.
Like,
my cousin picks up her niece from the airport. Like she flies her back and forth to their house like throughout the summer, and she has to like get a special pass to meet, because she's a minor. She has to like get a special pass to greet her at the gate and go through like full TSA.
That's so crazy.
I know.
Wow. Why is your cousin traveling so much by herself?
Because she lived here and then for certain circumstances had to move to another state.
Okay, got it.
So my cousin, who is her aunt, like pays for her to come back to like hang out with her cousins.
Whoa, did you see the size of that paw that
No,
just
I
swatted
don't.
me?
I didn't want to see that. Like I don't. It's like he's like a Muppet.
It's everyone.
Like a Fraggle.
I know everyone that sees him is like, is that real? I'm like, no, it's not. Everybody calls him a Muppet. I've tried.
Are we getting him a haircut?
Well, he's gonna get a summer cut. He's gonna be so ugly though.
Have you shaved his pubes yet?
I just like suck them dry, suck them clean.
Yeah. You get the mildew off.
Yeah, he has the crunchy cummies on there.
Crunchy. That sounds like a really good cereal.
It does kind of sound good, crunchy cummies. You do great. You do well in prison.
Towels.
Ew. Whoa. I am scared of him.
Nobody believes me, and I don't blame them for not believing me, but like I do think I would make it through prison.
I think you'd either die in a couple days.
Immediately. Yeah.
Or you'd be really well liked.
Because like people like don't, I can't think of people who don't like me.
There's one right here.
And it's Elmer for sure.
Hates you.
He knows that I'm like out to kill him.
Look at him. Doesn't trust.
He like doesn't care either. He's like, go ahead, try. And then he just bit you.
He's like biting my jeans. Why? I don't even
It's
understand.
like a goat. It's like
I don't even understand
it.
It.
Been to a petting zoo where the goats just start biting you?
Yes, it is like living with a goat. I just like walk by him and all of a sudden he's like eating like my
nibbling
pant
your
leg.
shin.
Like,
yeah, it's
like stop.
The funny thing is like I didn't realize I wrote this, Sloane, but I wrote who went to see this movie. Me. And it was you and your dad.
Okay, so this weekend at my sister's wedding, I was telling a story about how my dad used to put me on the Amtrak. I think I was actually talking about how I watched Con Air when I was too young. And he was like, oh, it was a different time. And I was like, yeah, you used to put me on the Amtrak with Paige when we were like way too little and send us from Boca to Miami, which is like an hour ride. And my stepmom was like, that is such bullshit. He did not send you on the Amtrak by yourself. And my dad said, yeah, I did. Send them on the Amtrak by themselves all the time. He would just put us on a train and like my mom would pick us up on the fucking train.
You would go missing today 100%.
100%. Like he would probably like flirt with some like girl employee and be like, keep an eye out on these two and like slip them like $20.
Yeah.
And like pray for probably not even pray for the best. Just like whatever happens. That is so insane.
Without cell phones too. Like it wouldn't even be like a text me when you get there.
No, my dad would just have to like hope he either like didn't hear from my mom or heard from my mom. Like
it's
crazy,
so wild,
crazy.
I know.
Like
we're different.
Think about
even
like what
thinking about me. Like my mom would just like let us ride bikes like around like the neighborhood for like literally until dark and like just hope we showed back up home. Like
didn't know where we were.
Hope they come home.
Yeah, I hope I see him again. Maybe I won't. I can't
never
imagine
forget my black Huffy with like neon green pad. Like it had like the foam.
Of course.
It was like neon green. Like that was like the best bike.
I had a Specialized, a team Specialized. Those were the two options: Huffy or Specialized or Trek. It was. Trek kids were like, ooh, I don't know about Trek kids.
I don't think so.
Huffy was like, you're definitely a Huffy. You're such a Huffy kid.
It's definitely like a New England, like it's like a New England like rugby shirt vibe. Like it's like
exactly. It's like very all-American.
It is, yeah.
I don't know what Specialized is. I'm being just stripped of my clothing.
I know. Tell him to go away.
I'm gonna try. I was just trying not to interrupt the flow of our podcast. You gotta let go. Drop it. Drop it. Thank you.
Thank you. Get the.
Swear to God, Elmer. Why I gotta.
That is like
why I gotta. I literally live in fear of this dog. I'm so scared of this dog. It's too big.
Where are you gonna put him?
He has a trainer coming back next week because he's He's at his puppy adolescent phase, which the trainer said, like, I'll see you again in 6 months. And I was like, okay. Yeah, like 6 months on the dot. I'm like, this is not a dog I recognize. Like, he's always been naughty, but it's like he's trying to be rebellious. I'm gonna put him on Con Air pretty soon.
Is
He's Billy
people,
Bedlam. Okay.
when
Like,
people
this is
show
Billy
up to your house, does he flip out?
Like barking.
Like, does he jump on them and like?
He started to jump, which like
Okay,
you
yeah.
can't have a 55-pound dog jumping on you.
No.
Like, that's literally dangerous. So he's having the trainer come back out and we're gonna learn how to all get along nicely.
Is it Caesar Milan?
This is the case for someone above Caesar Milan. I found Elmer chewing on Caesar Milan's How to Raise the Perfect Puppy book today, and I really
Like,
laughed.
fuck you.
I really gave me a good giggle. All right.
Okay, are you ready for my recast?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so as Ving Rhames' character, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
As Nicolas Cage, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans?
It's the all-American, like, we can relate to you
it's Chris
vibe.
Evans. That's a good, okay, that's
John
good.
Malkovich character, Ryan Gosling.
Wow. Zach. This cast, man. This cast is stacked.
John Cusack's character is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh mama. Are you a fucking casting director?
I'm telling you, when I was writing it, I was like, why is this coming to me like that? That
is like, okay, who's Steve Buscemi's character? Do you have that?
I don't have that because like there isn't
anyone. Zach.
I know. I didn't.
Is it Timothy?
No, he has no place in this film.
Is it Laurie Metcalf?
It honestly, it should be a woman.
How about
Melissa
Margot
McCarthy.
Robbie?
It's not Air Marshal John.
Air Marshal John's one of my favorite characters in all of movie history, just FYI.
That airplane scene in Bridesmaids is
one of the best scenes in
one of
cinema.
The best cinematic scenes of all time. I mean,
one of the top comedy scenes, like top 5 comedy 100%.
Scenes. That should be what I post next on TikTok, because like
it's incredible.
When she says like, how about we go in the bathroom and not rest?
Yeah.
No, in the restroom and not rest.
How about we go in the bathroom and not bath?
Not bath.
How about we go in the room and not room?
So are you trying to show me your tit?
I'm trying to show you my nude Natori bra that has I think it's a life alert built in. This is size. Ooh.
Your dad gave you a bra with a life alert.
I know I've gotten so fat. How fat are you? Because my dad didn't even comment on my weight this weekend. That's when I know someone in the inner sanctum has said, Joel,
don't say anything.
Just don't say anything. That's how I know. I
didn't see any pictures of you.
I don't know if any were taken. I think my dad might have paid in advance to have me cropped out of every photo.
I saw a picture of, okay, wait a minute. I know Paige is listening. And
hey,
what
Paige.
what I want to talk about is her Mother's Day posts were all pictures of her at her wedding looking like stunning, and the backs of every mom.
Good for her.
It was so
Are you
funny.
Kidding?
No,
what
he needs to go
doing?
away.
What is this?
Why is he mouth humping you? Ew.
I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant every day of my life. I'm so uneasy and I'm living with a giant monster.
Are you afraid that if you're aggressive with him, he'll just kill you?
Yes. He's gonna maul me.
You need to get like spray. Can't you get like spray or something?
Like Raid?
Yeah, or like just spray at him. Or
he loves water, so there's nothing I can do.
Like bleach.
He loves the taste of human blood. He's got a taste for human meat, and I can't keep him away. Okay.
Okay.
I have to stand up.
He's gotta go.
Okay, you gotta stop.
Get on your bed.
I am. Stop. I gotta give him a different energy. Sit. Sit.
He's like, fuck you.
Good boy. Okay.
Okay. Oh my God.
Temporarily.
Why did it just get dark?
Goodbye, Zach.
Why did it just get dark?
I don't know. No,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
He is like, remember when you were mad at me and you kept saying like the dog will never affect our podcasting?
Only if I'm dead from being mauled by a dog. He's so big. What do you have to say, Elmer? Speak. What if you just Oh my God. It's too crazy.
Okay.
All right. And we're back.
Okay. Do you have any more notes?
Yeah, I do, but
Okay.
I don't have my phone. So
Okay.
okay, hold on.
Running from explosions, I wrote.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my noties. Oh my God. Hold on. Here we go. The end credits of this movie. I love that.
Oh, I wrote
that back. Bring it back.
I wrote, I'm obsessed with these closing credits.
I said, I love when end credits have the people and their names. Love it. Oh my God.
And it was like a silly name. It was like a silly song almost.
It was Sweet Home Alabama, which is like a perfect end credit song. Even though Lynyrd Skynyrd's obviously a very problematic band.
Oh, I mean, 100%. I also wrote the ending was eternal, but I don't know what that. Oh, it took too long. The movie
just like kept ending and kept ending and kept ending. And then it would like end some more. It was like enough. Literally land the plane.
And then they did in the middle of.
What was the point? Like, what was the end goal? Where were they going to fly to? Were they trying to fly to like Mexico or something?
I think they were trying to fly to Mexico.
And I'm like, what happens when you get to Mexico? Can you just like go to Mexico and then you're like, hey, I'm a criminal. Where do I go? Is there like a line at like customs where you're like, I'm illegally here?
I think they were probably not going to land in an airport.
So there's like land anywhere in Kendall Jenner's agave field.
Yeah. And then Chris is like,
get him
excited.
Back.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like honestly do not. I'm so sorry. I'm under attack again. I just don't understand. Like hijacking a plane as a criminal doesn't really make any sense to me.
So many things. Like, I don't understand. Like when people are like in movies, they're like, I want $10 million in a plane.
It's like, well, where are you going to go with all of that?
Yeah, like
what are you going to do?
Like they're going to follow you.
They're never going to stop looking for you.
Right, exactly. Where are you going now?
I'm just trying different angles, different places where I can escape the beast.
Is there like a table?
No.
Why do you go sit on your toilet and close the door?
Because I don't have any doors to my bathroom, Zach.
Oh yeah, still that's happening?
That's still happening. It's only because I am entirely unsure of how to procure a door from like Home Depot. Expensive. No, it's not even the expense of it. Like, I know it's going to cost money. I just like, do I just go to Home Depot and like say I need a door? How do I get it home? Yep. Who installs it?
I think you do.
Well, I simply can't do any of that myself.
Don't you have like a contractor?
I do, but he's not going to come over here just to hang a door. So I'm going to have to do it when they start doing all of the construction in the house.
Oh, okay. I see.
So I kind of been waiting until that because I kind of don't want to just like get Home Depot doors. I kind of want to do something more fun.
Of course you do. You want French door. Are you going to get a barn door?
I'm going to get a barn door and like a donkey for inside my bedroom.
You're going to get a barn door and like a sign that says like, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
I'm kind of mad I don't already have that in Needle Point for my bathroom, so I'm going to make it immediately. I love little signs like that in the bathroom. So cute. Be a sweetie, wipe the CD. I don't know, Zach. He's eating everything.
We aim to please, you aim to please.
I've never heard of that.
You haven't?
No.
If you sprinkle while you tinkle,
No.
please be neat and wipe the seat.
I mean, that's kind of like be a sweetie, wipe the CD.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody on Con Air is going to be a sweetie and wipe the CD?
No, I mean, if you've ever been into a men's room, like anywhere, there's piss and pubes all over the place.
Yeah, what are you guys doing in there? Doesn't
We're
need to be
just-
that
We're
messy.
brushing out our bush and we're just
Yeah.
pissing all over the place.
That's the thing. Like, I live with a man, and I'm always like, why so many pubes? Like, what's
They're
what's
not all
that
pubes.
situation?
Like, it's because like we have like leg hair. It's like every hair on our body is coming out.
But it's like, why?
I have to like wipe my bathroom floor like every day.
Yeah, no, Paul has like a crazy amount of hair that comes off, and I'm always just like, why is it all right behind the toilet? It's like
No, mine too. It's all behind the toilet. Why?
like on the toilet seat.
On the
but-
sides.
yeah, it's like it's like all over the toilet always, and I'm just like, this is so gross.
I know. I don't get it.
I don't like. Do you just have like copious amounts of back hair falling off every time you guys shit?
I don't even like have back hair.
I don't believe that for a second, Robin Williams.
I really do. I have like a very sparse hair.
Oh, you just have like those like a couple patches on the flanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
look.
that's
Veal
it.
upon the veal parmesan.
And I just try to, like before the beach, I just try to get back there and
Do you just get a razor to see what
just
happens?
I just close my eyes and see what happens.
Why don't you get an electric buzzer and just buzz up the sides?
No, that's what I have. That's what I meant. It's just like hard to get that angle.
You know, I have a question for men out there who shave their backs. Do you think we can't see the hair because it's shorter? Like, what's the deal?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess when you're wet, when you're coming out of the water, it's like less aggressive.
Oh yeah, it doesn't like
It's not
really like full on Robin
clinging
Williams
to your body. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it like kind of gets like matted with the water and like
Yeah.
really drips.
Right. It really
That's
drips.
not.
And
you don't want
and
it
you wring it
dripping.
out and just drink that water.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
But speaking of hair,
Uh-huh.
I did have a note that says Nicolas Cage's hair is the most unappealing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Those little strangles.
The strangles, like his hair still could. Don't they do haircuts in prison?
I don't know why I don't know why he needed to look like that. His body be ripped though. His body looked
Oh no,
good.
he was a daddy. Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
his body
not his
was-
face or
whoa.
anything, but yeah.
No, but like
Are you
Nick
ever
Cage and
attracted to
Connor?
Nick Cage?
No, he doesn't like
Yeah.
he doesn't do it for me.
No.
John Cusack doesn't do it for me. His face is so tiny.
His face is so tiny.
But you know who I would let bend me over a rain barrel?
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
No, not the Buscemi.
Malky?
No, not Malky.
Rames.
Not Rames. I would let the fat agent that drives the fancy car.
Oh,
go to town.
Sloane, I literally knew that.
John C. Riley's dad.
Yes, I literally I knew that 100%. I'm so mad I didn't say that.
He's hot.
You literally would let him gaslight you and
Girl boss and gatekeep me. I would let him just fuck me and never call me again.
yeah, and call
I'll
you
keep going.
sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart. Sweetheart, give me some
Sweetheart,
cheese
why
fries.
don't you bend over for me, sweetheart?
Hey, sweetheart, you want any panties, sweetheart? Down at Balducci's, we ain't got no panties. I'm being eaten again. Being eaten alive.
All right, go to your notes.
Oh, we have to go to the phones.
Questions.
Did I post for Con Air?
No, I think that was for Face Off.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's no questions because I forgot to ask
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
All right. That's kind of like all I have. I feel like in the future I need to go downstairs and lock myself in the basement so I don't have any interruptions.
That's where we used to do it.
And I think I'm going to go back to that.
Yeah.
Or maybe just like if I could have somebody watch the dog while I'm podcasting. that
Well,
could
it's
also be-
impossible. You don't have anyone else in the house.
No, it's just me living my life. I made 2 dinners
You're
tonight.
just-
I made beef stroganoff and I made
Mm.
Greek turkey burgers. with
Why?
celery. A lot of people ask the same question. Why 2 dinners? And to that I say, I have to eat dinner every night. May as well get ahead of it.
Is it because Rex didn't want the beef stroganoff?
Opposite. He didn't want the turkey burger. He wanted the beef. And then so he loved the sauce of the stroganoff and he loved the mushrooms and he liked the beef. But when I put them all together at one time,
I like drink that sauce.
he was like, why did you do this? You know, I didn't want the beef in the sauce. And I was like, Rex, that's what you've been eating. He's like, not together.
It's so good.
And then he tried it and he was like, it's good.
Why do you think like our generation of parents, so like when I was little, like when I was Rex's age, are you with me?
Hey. Yep. Fine.
I feel like it literally was like, I remember like telling my mom I didn't want something and she'd be like, well, that's what's for dinner.
Yeah, I don't know when we stopped doing that.
When did we? Because no one does that anymore. Like when I'm at my friend's house, like if her daughter doesn't want what like she's making, like she'll just make her something else.
Yeah, I don't know. As a race, we should stop. As a species, we should stop doing that because it's making my life more difficult. I don't know.
I want to know what these kids will turn into. Like I want to know what they're going to turn into, like at restaurants.
Rex eats fine at restaurants. It's like when we are at home, I think it's because he has these like little plates that have 3 different sections in them. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to get a smorgasbord then.
What about like when you go to someone's house for dinner?
He'll just eat whatever they're having. Like I'll figure it out. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, I'm literally I don't know what to do about this dog. If anybody listening has any dog tips for 6-month-old dogs that won't leave you alone and won't stop nipping at you, even though they learned not to nip months ago and now have started doing it again, please let me know.
Okay, where can people find you if they have that information?
They can find me on Twitter at Sloane Steele, on Instagram at I am Sloane Steele, at oh my erotic. I'm so scared. I'm so sorry. I'm so scared. And they can also find us at where?
Mummy Dearest Podcast. He looks like he's butt fucking you.
Oh my god. Oh my
Mummy
god.
Dearest Podcast on Instagram. You can you can find me at Zach Mellon on Instagram and Twitter, and Zach D Mellon on TikTok. I haven't seen Sloane in minutes. I don't know if she's okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. I don't know if you had died or what, but thank you guys so much for listening. Please make sure to check out our Patreon, where this week's episode is Face Off, starring John Travolta and Nick Cage. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Okay, we're off air now. Beat him.
Sit.
Do you ever just like